don't know if I stress more, I focus more on what I'm wearing to be in front of people. Like, oh, I gotta go to summer school. I gotta see the same people 4 days a week for a whole month and a half. What am I gonna wear? It's like the focus should be more on learning, not about what the fuck people are gonna think about me. To even think that that's part of our society, where people are consciously judging other people, it's pretty fucked, you know? It's pretty fucked up. Wearing these stupid ass fucking shoes. They look white, but they're not that white. I'm worried about if I step on a fucking leaf. But and these people going so fucking slow. Hurry the fuck up. Jesus Christ. They're like they're gonna hit me and there's so much fucking space right here. I'm telling you, this fucking frigid, timid ass world we live in. It's almost insane. What it is, I think people want to say hi. People probably want to be acknowledged. They're just so fucking lonely. We're moving ahead so fast. We're like, I want to say hi, but I gotta go. I'm so insecure about myself. Or I wanted to say hi. Instead, I'm like, motherfucker, just go. I feel like you're just watching me. You know? Just constantly scared of being judged at the highest degree. Thinking kids don't need fucking toys. Everything's a distraction for a child. I was thinking about how my daughter the other day was telling me that she feels lonely at her mom's house. She wants her mom to play with her. Because she started crying the last time she was with me. She had to leave. She started crying, saying, my mom doesn't play with me. She gets mad when I ask her to play with me. And I could see, you know, her being tired. Not one, you know. It takes a mental effort. It's like it takes a mental, I'm not saying it takes like a fucking extreme strength, but it takes some mental fucking strength to have to use your imagination to play with your child, you know? Not like my kid's just doing it like it's natural, like with her toys, talking to herself, putting voices and characters to certain toys. But for us, when we get older, our imagination is fucking killed. It's taken from us. Get a job. You're sitting at a desk and you're fucking replying to emails and you realize, what am I even fucking doing? I'm not doing anything. But our creative muscles have been fucking diminished so much. They're malnourished, you know? So I was thinking like, damn, a kid doesn't need toys. You know, they need normal fucking reactions to things. Mom, why is the sky blue? I don't know why the sky is blue. It just is. She wants to hear, I'm not sure, maybe God made the sky blue because, you know, so we could see the birds more, you know. If you made it too dark, we wouldn't be able to see the beauty of the birds. Or, you know, instead we're just so fucking pissed at our life, or we're so fucking fucked up from our childhoods that we can't even answer a simple question. We just say, oh, give our kid a toy so I don't have to use my imagination or my creativity. You know, everything's a fucking distraction, man. So then now I gotta figure out a way to teach my daughter, hey, be understanding to your mom. You know, she works, she takes care of you by herself most of the time. She's trying to support you. She's doing the best she can, so don't ask for things. I'm gonna have to my daughter's gonna be sad, I don't ask for things. Well, that's all that's there on the fucking TV. Trying to sell kids toys in this capitalistic society, this fucking phoniness. Where they're fucking up our kids' brains. They don't want to teach them love and patience and teach parents communication and the same shit. Love, patience, communication, compassion, empathy. All the good shit, you know? Instead they want to say, oh, your mom's so fucking tired. She's like a fucking donkey all day, going and going. Has to come home, still go and go. So at the wrong moment, ask your mom to buy you this so she can yell at you and fucking spaz out. All because she wishes she could buy you that. She feels bad. She does inside. She just doesn't know how to fucking communicate it, you know? It's like a dog that you fucking... What? I can't give you this fucking food I'm eating that you keep staring at me for. Even when I smack you away, you keep coming back. You keep coming back. You know why? Because you're gonna shit all over the house. This watery shit. But I like to use you to cuddle with you and take you for walks. And feel like I'm doing something good. But then when you catch me on a bad moment, I'm gonna kick the shit out of you. And I'm gonna feel bad about it. And when I really think about it, I'm like, it's because I feel bad. Because I wish I could feed you. You eat dry ass cereal every fucking day of your life with no milk and no water. All because I don't want you shitting watery over my fucking yard or my home. So now I gotta teach my daughter, oh, don't ask your mom for nothing, or, you know, just know your mom's tired. Don't, you know? And it's like, beware now, beware. But also understanding, like, your mom's tired, she raises you. When's that story gonna fucking end? Your mom's gotta raise you by herself. Your dad's not around, he loves you. Thinking about, it fucks me up, man, thinking about all the time my child's away from me. Just thinking about it yesterday. Even just starting to initially get deep in that thought, and just deep in those emotions and feelings, like, damn, it really does fuck me up, man. And I'm just saying, I'm not fucking asking for any sort of pity. Even have to second guess myself or have to validate these words or even take them back, water them down to appease you guys. I don't have to appease you motherfuckers. It does fucking affect me when I think about it. But as time goes on, think about your fucking parent that you don't see, your dad you haven't seen, but, you know, may have a house, another family. Like, why don't they want to, like, say what's up or be normal and fucking keep calling, you know? Like, keep calling. But they send stupid ass text messages, oh, I love you. Like, what the fuck? It's all to make themselves feel better. But they're also a fucking dog. They're also like a dog, just fucking... People spaz out on them for their bullshit, you know? They're just sad the world don't give a fuck about them, or they ran out of excuses because you're a man. You're fucking over 40 years old now. No more excuses for you. No one feels sorry for you anymore. You lost all your youthfulness. Youthfulness is usefulness, so... Anyway, I'm going to school. That's my morning thoughts, so fuck off. Yesterday, some stupid fucking little kid who dresses like, you know, the rest of his young fucking peers. You know, little kids don't want to wear tight pants no more. They want to be like Drake, who dresses like a retard, and he's almost 40 years old. Even I feel like a retard with what I have on. The Higher Path. That shit's fucking novel. That shit's so fucking corny. The Higher Path. I just want to wear plain shirts from now on. It's just lame. I actually wish I could, like, buy more flannels and just be super loose with my clothing and, like, dress like I don't give a fuck. Some of those are the baddest. Some of those are the best women. They wear, like, baggy shit, and underneath they look like fucking Julia Roberts, sexy as fuck, you know? But, so this fucking young kid, I should have known he was a fucking retard. Like an arrogant ass Americanized kid, you know? No respect. He's a fucking idiot, you know? He advertised my size of pants on the internet. And he had like fucking over 5 pairs, and he said, I'm selling them all for $10. And I was able to talk him down for one solid price. I would have got them all for like $7.50, you know? So I fucking could have gotten to work around like 2 hours early. Could have read my book for an hour and a half, you know, being cool in the Starbucks, air conditioned. No, but instead of this guy's like, oh, meet me here at this time. Long story short, it takes a fucking hour long. This is fucking little kid, right? It takes an hour fucking long. I ended up having to get an Uber. I was kind of in a rush. I didn't even bother to check the pants. When I fucking get to wherever I get and I'm able to check the pants, I realize fucking only like a couple pairs actually fit like how I wanted them to. And most of them don't even fucking fit how I want them to. I think none of them do. I actually cut these ones into shorts. And they look fucking lame, don't they? How fucking tight they are. They're not tight, but I don't know. I need some shorts anyway. When you don't get what you want, you think you're getting it. I wrote him a message. I really wanted to call him. I really wanted to go over there and smack the fuck out of him. You know, but I'm such a pussy. I'm such a pushover. And I want to teach my daughter not to be a pushover. Don't let people take advantage of you. It's happened it hasn't happened, but I catch myself like being passive. Like, if I get somewhere and it's not what I like, I'll be like, oh fuck, I already said I was gonna get it, so just get it, you know? I have like fucking almost 10 pairs of pants that don't even fit me that I recently bought. And even some shoes. It's like, what the fuck? I'm such a retard. But yeah, I told him, hey bro, it's my fault. I should have fucking checked the pants. But I told him, bro, next time advertise properly, man. Because in life, there's gonna be people not as nice as me. And the little retarded kid didn't even respond. Stupid little retard kid. But that's the American society. Stupid little kids. But yeah, pissed me off. So the thing about summer school, right now the teacher crammed like a whole fucking study in my head in like 5 minutes. So I'm right here like a schizophrenic person talking out loud. But I'm a student, so we're born with 100 billion neurons. Every single human, we're born with 100 billion neurons. I don't know how they got that count, but I'm sure it's an infinite amount of number depending upon the size of the human being. And so these neurons, they're on the use them or lose them basis, which means they're like a muscle. If you use them, you're stimulating them. You know, they're active. That's why it's very important. It was kind of odd that in the way they teach, they don't highlight the person who discovered this discovery of how our mind actually works off of neurons. Like, that person should be fucking God, you know, like that determines your life. She told us to watch these. I like the way she introduced it though. She told us to watch these children who were raised improperly by these fucked up parents who didn't show them love, locked them in cages, treated them poorly, you know. These children were raised like animals in the room. No one spoke to them, showed them love. Nobody fed them. Nobody talked to them. In this one case, this girl, when the system finally got to her, this linguist, this person who works on children's speech, this child linguist, this child psychologist, this gentleman, and they're trying to help her. And when people were saying, well, you know, she's able to learn. There's a living being in there. She's not fucked up. Like, she was 13 years old, but she walked like a baby. She didn't know how to control her bowel movements. Whenever she felt like going, she was just gonna go because that's all she knows. But they started seeing her kind of improve a little bit. She started learning words, but there's a difference between learning a word and knowing how to put it into a sentence. And so there was high hopes for her, but a couple years later, they realized she would shut down. Some would say, oh, she was kind of retarded. Like, she was up against the wall. There was like this image in the YouTube video that she told us to watch. She was up against the wall and like in her own little world. She was fucked over, you know? And which makes a lot of sense if that whole idea that neurons, once they die, they can't be brought back. Like you know, your brain cells, that's saying that, oh, you kill your own brain cells. Well, you're killing your neurons. You're killing your neurons and you're destroying them, and they can't be born. And it all kind of makes sense because, you know, I read a lot of books and it's hard for me to retain information. But then I kind of feel like a little gap there too, where maybe it's not totally true. Maybe your brain is an actual muscle.
that can revive itself, like, because I feel my brain is getting a little more smarter as I'm reading. So I wouldn't like tell somebody, oh, you did drugs, you fucked up your brain already. There's no way you could retain what's left of it or even improve it, your cognitive skills, because I believe you can. I think my memory is getting a lot better. Like, me retaining information is improving from reading. And it may just be that because I'm working it, I'm willing, it's gotten easier for me to think of what I had done a moment ago or yesterday or the day before. You know what I mean? Like, even when I'm reading a book and if I leave off on a chapter or the middle of a chapter, that first sentence I start reading, I'll remember, oh yeah, okay, that's where I left off in the part of the story. Not that I'll remember it, but that if I did take the time, I could probably reflect and go backwards to what I've read so far. And I do like how the authors sometimes it's kind of like they wanted to remind you of what happened or what they wrote in the first parts of their novel. Because they'll have like a sentence or a paragraph of like, oh, so-and-so did this. Or they'll remind you of something like, okay, yeah, that happened in the beginning of the book. And then all these other memories will come back. But it all makes sense. Like when that girl, like they had high hopes for her, but then she'll go back to that same comfortability of just giving up or being alone or whatever. I mean, because she was mistreated. But that's such a huge discovery about how the amount of neurons that we have, the way they work, how they are just like the human body. They die and they don't come back, the killing of the brain cells. And I just wanted to know, like, who discovered that? That seems like that person should be highlighted, not Freud or philosophers, because it makes sense, right? That's why it's so important to read a child a book when they're young, because there's a critical period in their life. I guess it's between the certain ages of a critical period. And if you miss that critical period, or if certain things aren't shown to you, or maybe bad things have happened to you, or positive things, that will shape the rest of your life. It's called the critical period. And that's why that study case of that young lady who was fucking raised as an animal and no love, just kept in a room like a cage, how there really kind of was no hope for her, and I had a crazy question to the teacher. I was like, well, that's such a huge discovery, It's like a person who's dangerous. It's like, if we already know that there's a critical period and these neurons, either they're used or not used, and the most important time where they are used is in the development stage, in that critical period, that could kind of not 100% accurately like determine what you're gonna be, but it can predetermine your life in a certain trajectory, when it comes to success in a broadened point. But that's why it's important to read to a child. And this discovery about neurons and the life and death of them and the usage of them and the importance of it is also important. I mean, these scientific techniques and methods that they use are used in criminology, are used in, figuring out why this person did what they did, or why they became how they became, And so I was just like, man, who discovered, like, that's like one of the greatest discoveries ever, That's like the greatest discovery of the human mind. So the neuron is a cell body, and there's a nucleus, and how these messages get sent from one neuron to the next is through the axon. And then there's the fucking axon terminal. And the axon terminal meets the dendrite. The dendrite is like the arm of the neuron. But from that axon terminal, there's the synaptic vesicles that connect to the dendrite. And that gap between the axon terminal and the dendrites is the synaptic gap, and the synaptic vesicles transfer the neurotransmitters to the receptors that are in the dendrites, and those receptors are like cups that get that information from one neuron to the next. Like, you're hungry, what'd she say? Not melatonin, something else tonin. Serotonin, which is sleep. And also that other thing I forgot the other word she was saying. Fucking something about it's the word for the scientific word about feeling good, that emotion that arises from feeling good. I fucking forgot. If you crammed all this information like in 5 minutes, I think we might go over it tomorrow. But that's the thing about fucking summer school. Yeah, so that's how it fucking works. The axon and the axon terminal is like the connection between the neurons. And the neurons, like their arms are called dendrites, and the dendrites have receptors. And the synaptic vesicles send their neurotransmitters through the synaptic gap to the receptors that are in the dendrites that receive them, and it's just happening fucking at the speed of light, going faster. So like right now, my fucking neurons are sending messages to my brain, to my body, saying I'm hungry. Anyway, peace. So last week was around 70 degrees when I go running, like a 74, 75. And now it's 88, it jumped up for sure over 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So, try to get a nap today. But I do a couple things, eat something, but it's a good run. It's a good day so far. For all you young people, listen up. I'm gonna say this loud and clear. A part-time job and going to school, that's a great deal. That's a beautiful deal. A lot of times you're young, you don't understand, man. Like there's kids or young people, 18, 19 out of high school, in my class right now in college. They go to class late. A lot of them are depressed. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't even realize that they're so fucking young. They're probably part of a peer group, or they're like the quiet one in the group, and a couple other people more happier than them. They got good families, or they're living their dream, or they're already in college. They're posting pictures in a university. Imagine how dope it is to, like, yeah, it probably would be cool to get, to have made it straight to university, or you see people living their dream, or whatever the fucking case may be. Some that don't even want to be in school. But once they knew, man, once they graduate at 22 with a fucking degree, they're still so young. They're still so youthful. 4 or 5, even if you graduated at 24 and you finally got your degree, not even finally you got your degree, you end up getting your degree at 24, you're still so fucking young. You could barely start singing at 24, and by 34 be one of the best singers and make a hit song, or barely start learning how to draw at 24, and by the time you're 40, be the next Van Gogh, or start, make a brand, and by 40, your brand pops off like a Stussy or a fucking Hundreds, or, even if it's just for females, or a Zara, or a fucking Forever 21, like, you know what I mean? Man, so it's a part-time job, going to school part-time, pick at school here and there, take some courses, just go, take some random shit. 5 years down the line, you've taken so many classes that if you go this way, take a few more on this way, you'll get a degree in this section. A few more classes over here, you could get a degree in this section. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel right now. And I understand, I'm blessed to have folks,
you know, that are still alive, and to have had a working man in the home that's still that's worked long enough to provide a solid foundation, you know. And it's only right that I fucking finally wise up and wake up and take advantage of my opportunities, you know. And that's why I say this, because I might not make it, you know. I might not make it to graduation. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm headed, to try to get my degree and become a doctor. And, you know, so far I'm enjoying it, and that's why I might not make it. But all I'm saying is, that's why I gotta say this. I gotta leave this knowledge behind. But I just know where I'm going, you know. I just want to let you guys know you could do it too. And we're so blessed, man, to be in this country that has an educational system. And I mean, we're looking for problems when we just gotta live peacefully and live slow and don't stress so fucking much and stop comparing yourself to people and do what you enjoy. Even if the person next to you is doing it and they're more advanced than you, it doesn't fucking matter. Just like, don't have that scarcity mentality, you know? Have that abundance mentality that there's enough for everybody. You know, so I had something else to say, I think, but I'll leave it at that. I wanted to say this too. It's fucking hot. Extremely. And I remember what I wanted to say. Man, I got a free fucking bus pass. I can take the bus to work for free now. I got a free bus pass for every semester that I'm in college, no matter if I'm part-time, no matter what. I got a free fucking bus pass on my school ID. I want to shout out to my daughter's mother, because when she was going to school before COVID hit, she taught me that, you know, you could literally, you know, because she's someone who can't grasp things as fast, you know. I hate that she used to say that she had dyslexia, or she felt like she was a slow learner. I feel partially it's because she had no one to ever tell her, no, you don't. Or like, even if you did, you could always get above it, like bad credit or being behind, you know. You could always work your way out of it, you know. Don't listen to those absolutes. Shut the fuck up, you fucking birds. You know what I mean? You go work your way out of those absolutes. And but she told me, you know, she showed me that colleges, even high schools, they have counselors for people and tutors, and you can literally use all your resources on the campus. They can literally hold your hand the whole way through, as long as you put in the effort and you search for the help that's there. They can literally help you out the whole way to get a degree. You know, and that's what I'm doing, you know. She's still young, you know, and she could go to school too, you know. I'm like fucking over 5 years older than her, and I just want her, she watches this video, not to take it with any hate. Just know that this effort I'm trying to put in is gonna benefit my daughter, and she could do it too. Yeah. But yeah, most people, they get in a relationship and they get a car when you're young, and fuck, leave the car at home. Chase your fucking dream, focus on school, and everything else will come with you. I notice when I'm answering questions in class, everybody's looking at me. No one wants to speak in class. I'm like the only one speaking, and like I see females are interested, and even the teacher's like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? And I'm just like super excited, and just because I'm at this part of my life where it's like seeming natural, you know. It's not like, it's different, you know. It's like my 5th time trying to go to school. And like I said, I might not make it, but I'm leaving this knowledge behind for my daughter that, you know, fucking take, like, yeah, if you're gonna hang out with someone after school today, fucking, you know, you have your car, you know, but you might not want to use your car today. But I know what I wanted to say. You know, you might not want to use your car today. You might just say, I have a free fucking bus pass, I'm gonna save money on gas. And even if you're gonna go hang out with somebody after school, like I said, save money with a free fucking bus pass. You know what I mean? Since I've been working at Home Depot, or whatever, I don't want to say where I work, but you guys already know. But since I've been working at my job, I'm sure I spent over $200 just taking the bus, especially Uber, you know. It would have been cool if they gave discounts for Uber. Then Uber wouldn't make no money. You know, if you got like a fucking boyfriend or girlfriend, or just someone you're, you know, doing things with, fucking take the bus to their house. I get it if it's the weekend, yeah, fucking use your car. If they're giving you a free fucking bus pass for being a student, use that shit. Or the bus drivers don't even look at your ID. They just hear the sound when you tap your tap card that says, yeah, go ahead. Now it's that magic sound. Fucking get a free bus pass for your family member or something. And yeah. And most people get girlfriends or follow the crowd or have a car, just like they won't wear certain shoes because it's not the new shit. You know? So yeah, this is what I wanted to say. Yeah, you know, people say, where you come from, Los Angeles? You're like, yeah, it's such a big city. Unless you live in downtown or you live like in a heavily populated, you live in the hood, you know, with so many people, fucking, there's like 10 people live in your next door neighbor's house, and you have like fucking 10 people live in your house, and you have these small ass streets and these houses so close together, you know. But if you live in the suburbs, or even some of the hoods are suburbs, you gotta realize like, fuck, dude, I didn't realize, like, there's people who are doctors who have spent all this effort going to school and fucking got their degrees, and, you know, are teachers, or all this knowledge, you know. And I live in a city where there's a fucking college literally walking distance if I had to walk. If the buses didn't exist, if I could walk to this small college that could lead me to a university, lead me to a better life. And just like all it would have to do is you having the want to learn that knowledge, you having the want to to search for knowledge, you know. And dude, like this town I live in should be a college town. There should be a small ass little area where people, well, it's a junior college, so it's more like it's primarily like you're not even at a drinking age yet, you know. Universities of drinking age, you know. But it's something that should be taken with pride, you know. Like the city, there should be fucking college signs on this market, literally this fucking market area that I'm sitting here waiting for the bus, you know. Like it was bizarre that I wasted so much time, and that there's not more pride behind it, you know. And I definitely want my daughter to take pride. Like, yeah, there's a college right by my grandparents' house, and that's the college I'm gonna go to before I go to university. Like, it's just so bizarre. Like that we think, oh, because we live in Los Angeles, we live in a big city. No, this is a small town. It used to be like a horse town, you know. And it's bizarre. And I hope that parents influence their kids to really see it as that, you know, your resources within your neighborhood. I live like literally fucking 2 miles away from a college where there's doctors there that are teaching people to get further in life, you know. Teaching people about the brain and the mind and the body and the psyche and the biology and science and English and radio, fucking theater. They have plays, you know, free plays they put on that students are a part of. It's insane. It's really fucking insane. You would think, well, I'm at work, I'm around a lot of people, maybe all that air is being filtered. But since I've been like just sitting in class around people, especially the young ones, younger adults or whatever, the fucking throat's hurting. What the fuck? It's summertime.
Adroitness. Plump.